G'day guys, Chris here, Midlife Carpentry. Today we're going to have a little bit of a quick little chat about Buckaroo. Now I've spoken about Buckaroo before. It's a tool belt that I roll. That's how I go about my day-to-day works. I swing this thing off my hips and carries my tools and does the job pretty good. I've got the brand new dominant side pouch from Buckaroo. This is something I've been keen on trying for a very, very long time. I've saved them pennies and yeah, I've gone and bought it. Now, along with that, I've also bought another pouch that Buckaroo brought out, which I thought was pretty nifty. There's actually fixing ones. Now, it's just a fixing pouch, so all it is just an opening, but it's got a clip on the back. So the good thing about this is you can actually utilize this where you want to. So there's actually a clip there. You can actually hook it onto that one. Boom. I've also got the bespoke bag too, so that'll become my left-hand side pouch. It has always been my right-hand side. That's kind of where it's been. But I wanted to swap things around a little bit because I'm finding that 9 times out of 10, I'm trying to grab my speed square and other tools and stuff with my right hand, which ideally would be better to grab with my left hand because my right hand's doing something else, like holding pencils, that sort of stuff. So I just want to swap this around. Now, they have these little tags on them, all right, which will also fit that pouch also. So that's sort of where my head's at because I think this will be handy for fixings because I do lose a bit of fixing space switching to this pouch, this particular pouch. So yeah, righto. What I'm going to do first though is I'm going to give things a bit of a clean. Now I've given them, they're all brand new, so they're fine. We don't worry about that. The belt. Let's chat about the belt. Now I've given this a wash and a bath, and it's a lot better than it was. It was a mess. You should see the water. Let's check this water out. That's just from a little bit of a soak. Now it has been probably close to about 3.5 years since I've actually washed this belt. So it definitely needed some love. And upon inspection, I'm genuinely impressed with this at how long it's lasted. Because I'm not easy on this. We sweat like horses up here. It's insane. Like we just dribble sweat, and everything gets soaked. Your tool belts get soaked. Your belt gets soaked. Everything. Yeah. But yeah, apart from obviously that rivet on this particular side starting to wear through a little bit. And what's something else that I've noticed is the loops. So the loops that hold the suspenders in place, so those ones there, loops that hold those suspenders are getting a bit rusty. However, they're still structurally good. So yeah, so the belt's I've given it a clean, I've given it a rub down with a bit of dubbing, and it's ready to service me for another good couple of years before I wash it again. So I'll put the belt to the side there for a second. Now, bespoke bag. So this is the first bespoke bag. This is at number 2. They've done a second one where they've got more holders and stuff at the top, so it's a bit of a different setup, but it has a speed square slot, which is awesome, which I thoroughly am enjoying the fact that the speed square slot is very much a standard thing for a lot of these pouches these days. So I'm about to go and give this a clean and a tidy up. I'll get to give it a wipe down, and then we'll hit it with a bit of the old trusty old dubbing, because that's what's good for leather. So we'll go through that quickly for you. Now, like I was saying, there's so many options for bags out there, guys. There really is these days. Everyone's really quite spoiled for choice. There's fabric ones, there's leather ones, you know, that sort of stuff. Some are cheaper than others. So it is actually, it's your personal opinion and what your preference is, of course. Yeah, like I said, leather can be a bit heavier compared to fabric, but leather might last a bit longer than what fabric would. I've heard stories about guys who run a leather setup for, you know, doing truss work and stuff, so climbing around trusses and stuff. They prefer the leather pouches because the fabric ones get smashed up a bit too much. And yeah, that's one way to look at it, like to think about the work that you do and whether you're going to end up damaging your pouch more than anything. Right, that'll ding dang do. So yeah, you can see there's a bit of an improvement to the bag now. So it looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit tidier. There's a bit of a sheen to it. Yeah. Now, one thing that I do like to do to my Buckaroo bags, especially on the left side, so the non-dominant side, is putting this little clip on. Now, you have seen me do this before. This clip is for my earmuffs. That's how I carry my earmuffs with me and keep them on board pretty much all the time. And so we'll just do that modification. So all we do is on the Buckaroos, there's like these little holes in the top here. Now I'm not sure why they're there, but for me, they're a great way to get access to your clip, put your clip on. So, so you just pull it back and you feed it through that hole as best you can now. So this one's probably gonna be really tight, but we'll try, hey? So now when that sits on the tool belt, that little lip, that little latch there, I can put my earmuffs on there and I've got them on board all the time. Okay guys, so we're going to assemble a Buckaroo tool belt. Now, so we have the actual main outer strap and you have the main belt itself, okay? So you need to undo, the strap will come to you supplied like this most of the time with the loop here, all right? Latched into that. So undo this latch, pull this out all the way, and you've opened up your tool belt, your main belt. Get your pouches organized. Now for this instance, I'm putting a pouch on here. Okay, so this is my non-dominant side. Feed that through. That goes through there like that. Feed that through here. Now I do have a clip for my impact driver, which goes on the back here, which I'll add on later. That's fine, it doesn't need a loop to add on. Put it through this one. And now for my dominant side pouch, feed that through. Feed it up into here onto your buckle. You kind of need to almost put it in a bit of a loop first. This is what I found anyway. Put the belt in a bit of a loop roughly, so you know where it sits. Because every pouch takes up a little bit extra or takes up a particular space on your belt. So what you need to do is you don't want this overly tight, because if it's overly tight, you'll scrunch up the actual belt itself. The main belt, especially the back or on the sides and stuff, it makes it quite uncomfortable. So it's not about trying to pull this tight all the way around and get that sort of thing going on. It's about trying to find that happy medium where it's a full circle and then you're looping that on. So try and keep that in tight, slide that down a bit, and then that's the hole that I want to work with. Righto, so that's the new dominant pouch sitting in there nicely. And that's that's my bespoke pouch sitting right here. There it is, folks. Done and dusted. What do you reckon? Some of you guys know obviously that feeling of putting a nail bag on and going, oh, time to start the day. I'm trying something different. I'm trying without suspenders. Wrong, that I lasted but 5 minutes and 5 seconds. So I am going to put suspenders on my tool belt. As you can see, a little bit loose. The weight hasn't really been taken up by the suspenders. So to adjust these, basically pull out the tag so you've got it loose again, so it's just on the one side. All right, and then from here, as you can see, you can adjust accordingly just by pulling them up, and away you go. Now that's pretty tight on my shoulders right now. I'll bring this across as well. That actually doesn't feel too bad. But yes, I don't mind it. Things are relatively convenient. The fact that everything slides out nice. Got my reeler on this side instead of that side now. Hammer is there, which is quite different. Normally hammer's behind my back. When I squat, it doesn't catch me. So I've got that clearance on the back now, which is a common thing for me. So I hit the hammer slides up and falls off sometimes. I like the fact my speed square is now on my left-hand side, because to me that makes sense. Pull it out, speed square, pencil, bang, mark, pencil back. And away we go. So yeah, I know guys, I'll keep you posted about it, I'll let you know what I think. And yeah, otherwise it's a nice looking bag, definitely. It's quite attractive, yeah. Righto guys, that'll do for today. And build on legends, we'll chat some more later on. And yeah, plenty more content and stuff to come. And I'm gonna start working on that straight away. So yeah, all right guys, take care, all the best, eh? See ya.